Supreme Understanding, Supreme UTV. I'm gonna get right into it. We got another death that I have to respectfully attempt to report on and do it justice. Steve McNair, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to keep it brief. I'm gonna try to be quick with it. I'm gonna try to get into the lesson behind all this. As most of y'all have already figured out, the lesson is gonna be on game. You know, I know a lot of people are thinking that the brother was the one playing the game, and like it blew up in his face. But the girl was playing games too, and we're gonna get into how we all play games. Even the media playing games, because I'm about to go into the media presentation of the story and show how they left things out and how you even have to read between the lines to get a sense of what really happened. That's some peppermint tea, man. That's good. You need to get some of that. Alright, let's start with the story. Alright, so Steve McNair was sharing a condo with Wayne Neely. Now, either he was separated from his wife or he was cheating, and that was his little, as we used to call it, the honeycomb hideout, right? But there was she didn't know. She didn't know anything about the affair. She didn't know anything about, and it's only an affair if he's still with her. Like if y'all were separated for real, then, it's like, hey, he was doing his own thing, we were separated. But it looks more like he just had a spot. It was right by the clubs, So if your boyfriend got another apartment that you find out about and it happens to be near the little club area, hey, something might be going on. And if it's near a gay club area, then you really need to do some research. Now, Sahel Kazemi, the girl, his mistress, her family reports that Steve McNair told her that a divorce was pending, it was going to be over in 2 weeks. Everybody in her family says that, but there's no paperwork. And McNair's friends heard nothing about it. And what does that tell you? It's game. That's game. Oh yeah, I'm married, but we separated. We're not seeing eye to eye right now. We get divorced. And meanwhile, your wife don't know nothing about it. So first lesson is, no disrespect, but just make sure that everybody knows what's going on. We go through rites of passage, young man, where we think sex is the art of conquest. You know what I mean? Like, this is something we taught as boys. And I'm going to go into this, but as you mature and as you grow up, you're supposed to grow out of that. That's even unhealthy when you're young. But as you get older, it gets really unhealthy. Because at some point, you're supposed to, just handle your business a certain way, man. He was a man like all of us, and we all have flaws. But this is where the game goes when it goes wrong. So this is what the media reports. He started dating this girl, Sahel Kazemi, around the time she broke up with her boyfriend. Keith Norfleet. What does that mean? She left Norfleet for McNair. You know the game. Girls, y'all don't just wait. You know what I mean? Like, you wait until you got something better, and then you cut off the old thing. You wait until you kind of got an idea like, yo, I know this dude's gonna be better, and then you cut off the old one. You make your next move your best move. So she wasn't necessarily like, and we'll get into how she just wasn't no innocent person just being toyed and played around with. Like, she left the dude that she moved to Tennessee for. Like, she moved from Florida as a teenager, just dropped out of high school, dropped everything. Moved from Florida and went to Tennessee, took everything with her. Took who knows what she had with her. Probably took nothing with her, really. And then she left dude. She just probably cut him off like it was. She probably created a situation, created conflict, and then said, you know what, I'm moving on. And the next thing you know, she's with Nick. Hey, games replay, right? So when Wayne Neely, the dude that owned the condo that was on the paperwork with McNair, seen him on the couch, her on the floor, he didn't know they were dead. He walked past them, then he walked back and realized that something was wrong. And when he realized they had been shot, he didn't call the police. He called this other dude, Gaddy, who called the police. Now, what was that about? They don't say what that was about. They just said that's a question. That's why they're looking at him. That's cleanup. That's damage control. They wanted to, he was the person that was responsible for the little so-called honeycomb hideout, for the little spot, and he was there to make sure that the wife never found out, And now here you go, there's a girl dead with, with my partner, and what do? He probably know what to do. Which makes you wonder, like, is this like a frequent thing? The thing is, the thing that prompted her to finally broke the straw that broke the camel's back for Kazemi was when she saw him with another girl. When she saw McNair with another girl, I think that was the final clue that he was not going to stay with her. He was not going to marry her. Her roommate had moved out. She had planned to move in with McNair, and then I think things went wrong. She was buying furniture, and then I guess she found out that he wasn't even getting divorced. I think that must have killed her, and literally ended up killing him and her, because she was unstable. We'll go into the whole unstable thing real quick. I'm trying to get this all wrapped up in 7 minutes. So I don't know how you could walk past somebody that's got 5 bullet wounds, 1 in the head. The girl got 1 bullet wound in the head. So either it was dark or he was undressed, and he was just trying to keep it moving. When you like sharing an apartment with somebody, and your boy got his girl, and she wearing her underwear, and you just trying to keep it moving. Well, that's what most dudes do. I don't know, some of y'all dirtbags, y'all might try to like look and all that. We don't do that. So maybe they was, I don't know, maybe they was intimate beforehand, like maybe it was some real like death kiss, you know what I mean? Like when she killed herself, she killed him on the couch while he was asleep, is what the police say. And then she sat down on the couch next to him and shot herself with the intention of falling into his lap, and gravity pulled her down to the floor, which means she ended up face down on the floor. Now, I guess somebody who walked in on a scene like that, it makes me think that they was intimate, you know what I mean? Like, if you falling asleep on the couch, but I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe they'll share some more stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't even know if a detail like that needs to come out in the media, because that's really not respectful to his wife and family, to his children, But what can you do? So I think what happened right before this was, she got arrested with the DUI. He was in the car. He probably was like, "You're making my spot too hot. There's too much going on, and cool off on this for a minute." And then when she seen him with another woman, he'd already stood her up in Las Vegas. I think her first idea was that, I hit the jackpot. I finally secured my full-time meal ticket. He had bought her an Escalade within a few weeks of meeting her, but then come to find out she had to make payments on an Escalade. That ain't no jackpot. That was game. He's telling her he's getting divorced. Everybody on her side of the family thinks he's getting divorced, but he's not. He just probably was telling her that. So I don't know. Maybe that was the last moment of intimacy she wanted to have, and she wanted to lay down in his lap. She just wanted them to be together eternally or something. Because, she just seemed like an unstable person. She put all her eggs in one basket when she moved with her first boyfriend as a teenager, dropped out of high school and everything. She put all her eggs in one basket then. This is why you're supposed to do research and dig into people's backgrounds and histories to find out, like, yo, were you crazy back in the day? Is your mama crazy? Why don't your mama mess with you? Like, what's the story? Women, y'all got to do this too. Find out if your boyfriend got another apartment. Let me go into this, to the lesson we can all learn from this. Men and women. The game ain't fair. And the game ain't fun, It's just something we learn, something we trained in. If it don't work out, I'm going to be real quick. I'm going to read because I actually wrote something down. Man, you got to stop thinking you get over right until you get it done the worst way. We're trained from birth to see sex and relationships as an art of conquest. And that's white colonists thinking, because they rape when they conquer. So the Western view of sex inherently involves domination, manipulation, and exploitation. Indigenous people don't see sex the same way, so there's less male-female drama in those societies. Most of them don't even have birth, illegitimate children. There ain't no African word for baby daddy, you feel me? So even STDs, they had to be introduced by Europeans, sometimes by the missionaries, so ain't that something? And it's these so-called primitive societies that had advanced views of sex that allowed them to have productive polygamous families even, and just raise their children as a village, things like that. Here you can't even talk about polygamy because the association women make, and they have every right to it, that, this guy's just after more sex. Because in a lot of cases, that is what you guys after. The guy ain't trying to extend his family and provide for more than one woman. It's like he ain't even providing for the women. So we have all kinds of twisted views on sex because of how we're indoctrinated and how we're trained. Men are trained to go after it and get more, and at some point, that is like a rite of passage for men. I did not understand. But you gotta grow out of that at some point. You can't be 30, 40, 50 still doing that. This dude is 50 and still living like that. But a lot of this comes from the fact that we feel the need to stroke our own egos and build up our machismo and like just feel like a man through sexual conquest, because we don't go to war with the real enemy. What you want that? For women, listen. Steve McNair wasn't the only one playing. Yeah, sure, he made her think he was getting married, he was getting divorced, and then he might marry her, and then he was her meal ticket, and he was gonna pay for stuff, and he ended up not paying for stuff. She was still working at Dave & Buster's when she bought that gun. She bought the gun in the parking lot of Dave & Buster's. So he might have had her feeling some things that was all game, because we learn how to trick women into feeling a certain way for us. But women learn how to trick us too. Like, the first trick she pulled was when she made it seem like, she just leaving the first dude for whatever reason, and then she ended up meeting somebody even better. No, that's not the way it happens. So women, y'all know that's not the way it happens. Because you'll wait until you're secure. You'll wait until you have another safety net to jump into. Which I understand. That might even be an evolutionary thing. A lot of it's evolutionary, because women look for providers, because men, we were looking for procreation, like on an evolutionary standpoint. We hunt, we gather, we put in the work, we going out there doing what we got to do, and we're looking for somebody that will extend our lineage, extend our legacy, and make our family big. That's even why we like that waist to hip ratio, some childbearing, On the other hand, the women have had that evolutionary need, like, if I'm going to take care of all these babies, you're going to take care of me. I need to know that I'm good. The problem is, in today's society, our women only offer sex, and our men can only offer money, so it ain't tricking if you got it, but it is. And I mean, it's just, it ain't even high class prostitution. It's really low brow. But this is the best we got, right? This is all we can offer until we change the game. Until we change the way we play the game. And maybe to stop playing together because we're real behind. We're way behind. I don't think we're going to play catch up. So basically, she was, putting all the eggs in one basket, thinking it was going to be his, trying to coerce him into, committing, and he probably wasn't going to do it, or making him feel like, that in order to be with me, you got to marry me. There's no telling what they were really telling each other, but I can guarantee you that nobody was innocent. The only people that was innocent was his wife and his 4 children. And they're the ones that lost the biggest. It's always the innocent ones that lose the biggest because they're not even playing the game, but they got to lose because somebody else is playing.